Hi guys, what's going on? This is Danny and welcome to Basic Ethical Hacking and Penetration Testing course. Before jumping right away in different tools and techniques we use for hacking, I just want to introduce this course to you so you know what you are going to learn from this course. In this course we are going to see how different tools work, what are different techniques and tools used in ethical hacking and penetration testing exercises. And the purpose of this course is not to just give an introduction to the tool and not just telling that how this tool works and how it is used, but I will mainly focus on using the tool actually in hacking some live virtual machines. We will use some vulnerable virtual machines. They are available on internet, and I will be giving the download link in the descriptions as well. So we can say that we are going to learn through hacking, and we are going to learn different techniques and tools, especially the methodology of penetration testing and how the things work in penetration testing and hacking through hacking live virtual machines. So first thing first, we have to start from the basics of Linux. For that purpose I have Kali Linux booted up, and we are going to start looking at different basic Linux commands which will become useful in our later videos. So to start with the current working directory, if we want to know that how in which directory we are currently in. So for that we can use pwd command. This command prints out the current or present working directory you are in. So we are in root desktop, and if we want to change our directory, like we want to go inside another directory that is placed on the desktop, we can use cd change directory and directory name lesson1. I guess that's right. Okay. So now we are in lesson1 directory, which is placed on the desktop. And if we want to go to the previous directory, we can use cd space dot dot. It means that we want to go back to desktop, and we are at desktop. So what actually I did is, you don't have to write a complete spelling of the directory. You just have to write a little and press tab key, and it will guess for all possible possibilities for you. So we are in lesson 1 directory. So now we want to see that what are the contents of this lesson 1 directory, like what are the files and what other directories are residing in this directory. We can use ls command for this. Currently we don't have any files or directories inside this directory. So we want to create a directory inside lesson 1. For that you can use mkdir make directory command. That is used to create new folders, like for example this is you can say content. Now we can use ls to see that there is a directory content. Okay, so continuing with the ls command, simply typing ls or simply using this command will give you just the names of the folders and files residing inside the directory. And but if we want to see that the further details about the files and directories, like date modification, who is the owner of this file, what are the permissions of these files or directories, and other things, we can use ls-l. It's going to list the output, like total number of files or directories inside lesson 1 directory. It's 4, And the first column this is basically the permissions column, and this is the number of links to this directory. This is the owner of the directory. This is the grep who has permission to the directory. This is the size of the directory, and this is the last modification date of the directory. So we will look into the permissions later, but for now you just have to know that these are the permissions. Okay, so as you can see that here is version 4, but we are seeing only one directory here, so it means that there are some hidden content here. So we can use ls-a command. ls-a actually shows you everything which is hidden, and everything including hidden and unhidden files. Okay, this represents the previous directory, and this represents the current directory. And ls-al shows you everything with the permissions. Okay, so to continue further, we can move to content directory, and we don't have anything. We want to create a file, empty file. We can use any name with the touch command. Touch command is basically used to create any empty file. Like I want to give it a name, hello world. Now ls, and there is a file named hello world. Okay, so we want to see that what type of file this is. So we can use file command, and it's telling that this is empty file. If we put some content, if we want to put some content in this file, we can use a very short way. There are a lot of different methods, but we can use echo command to write anything to the file, like hi, this is the file, and we want to echo this text to hello world file. So we will use greater than parentheses, and we'll write the name of the file we want to write in. Okay, now we want to see that what's inside this file, what's written inside this file, or what are the contents of this file. We can use cat command, and it's telling us that this is the content in hello world file. Now if we use the file command on the file, you can see that this is ASCII text. This is a simple text file. As you can see that previously it told that this is an empty file. Now it's telling that this is an ASCII file. So if you have different files like images, videos, PHP scripts, Python scripts, any of the files, you can just simply use file command with the file name. So it will tell you that what type of file it is. Okay, so if you want to add another line to this file, we can use echo. This is the second line, and we will echo this to hello world. Remember, if we use this once, parentheses once, it will overwrite the content of this file. So like you can see here. Now we have the first line, hi, this is the file, this is gone, and we only have the one line, which is this is the second line. So if we want to append another line, we want to write some text in the next line, keeping the previous content in the file, we can use this is appended text. We'll use it twice. these parentheses, and we write the file name. Now if we want to see that what is inside the file, so we have two lines inside this file. This is the second line and this is the appended text. Okay, to view the files we can use some other commands like less hello world and more hello world, head hello world, tail hello world. So what is the difference in these commands, less, more, head, tail, cat? So cat is going to print all the content inside this file. So if the file is big, it's going to print all of its content on the terminal, and you'll have difficulty to find what you're trying to find. The less file, or the less command actually does it in a scrolling way. You can scroll the file up and down, and it displays the content according to the terminal. So for example, if I have the, let me put all this inside the file so it becomes bigger. Okay, now our file has a more content, bigger content. So now we'll see the difference between these commands. So to clear the terminal, we can use clear command. Okay, now if we use cat, it printed all the text inside this file. And if we use less, it started from the first line, and according to the terminal size, it managed it like this. And if you want to see the further content, you can just simply scroll it. And if you want to get out of here, you can press Q key and you're out. So if you want to see that, we will see that more command. Okay, more is a command which does not allow scrolling of a file. It scrolls the terminal, and it shows the content page wise. So if you want to, so this is the first page of the file. So if you want to go to the next one, you have to press spacebar, and there are many content will be pressed and displayed after that, and complete text is in the terminal. Head command. Head just simply displays top few lines of the file. If you want to specify the number of lines, if the head should display, you can see the manual. This help flag is basically used to see the manual of any command, that how you can use this is the basic usage. For example, if we here print the first number lines instead of the first 10. Okay, by default head displays a top 10 lines, but if we want to view only first two lines in the file, we use head minus n2 hello, and it displayed only 2 lines, and 3 displayed 3, and 4 displayed top 4 lines. Similarly, tail displays the file from the bottom. It does not start the display from top 10 lines. It displays last 10 lines in the file. So if you want to specify the number of files it should display, you can use -L or minus lines flag with this. Okay, we use tail -n. We want to see last 5 lines inside the file hello world. Okay, we have the last 5 lines here. Okay, A make directory, you're familiar with how to create files and directories in Linux environment. And if you want to copy, move, or remove some files, what can we do? We use cp command to copy a file, and this is the source that we want to copy this file, and after the space we will give the name or the location or path. This is the path, actually path of source file, and after space we will give the path of destination. So I want to copy this file to the same directory with the name hello world 2 or hello world copy. So now we can see that we have two files, hello world and hello world copy. We have copied this file here. If I want to copy this file to the previous directory, I use hello world dot represents the previous directory slash hello world. Now we have the two files here, and we will be having the hello world file in the previous directory here. So if I want to rename this file, for example, if I want to cut and paste this file, or if I want to rename this file, I can use move command, mv hello world dash copy to hello world dash 2. Now we have renamed this file. So same is the scenario here, same as the syntax, move command, this is the source file, and this is the destination file. So this is the basic file handling, and now we want to have a look at WGET command, which is very useful during the penetration testing activities. WGET is a command it basically requests HTTP pages, like if you want to query a web server to get a post request, we can use WGET. So for example, I want to download the index page or the content of index page from Microsoft.com, or if I want to download some file from the internet, I simply copy its URL and put it here. So I will use WGET https www.microsoft.com. So it's gonna request and download the content, and it saved the content to index.html. So let's say we have a file index.html. rm command basically is used to remove the directory, and -r is used for recursive to remove all the content inside the lesson one. And we have removed it. Okay, now we have index.html here, and if we cat index.html, it's going to print all the content inside the index.html file, but we don't want to print the whole content. We can use less, and we can scroll. Okay, if we want to limit our output to specific lines, for example, if I want to see that what files contain, like for example, I want to print only the lines in index.html containing some specific text, so I can use cat index.html. This is the pipe operator. Pipe operator, what it actually does, it directs the output of first command to the output of second command. So the output from this command will be going to the input of the second command. So the second command we are going to use is grep. It is used to filter the content from the files. So if you want to see that, see the files containing only Microsoft.com. Okay, now it's too big. Now these all lines should be containing Microsoft.com. So it's too big. Let's keep it short. You can use up arrow key to you call the command from the history and edit directory. Okay, grep href, for example. Or you can say, okay, I want to see the scripts, the files containing this tag. Okay, now the lines containing this tag. Now this output is showing me only lines containing this specific tag. And we can parse this file many other ways and more efficiently to actually beautify or make our output clear to get what we need. So this is grep, and the basic networking commands like ifconfig, if I want to see what is my IP address, MAC address, and the information, I can use ifconfig command, and it tells me that this is my Ethernet and this is my wireless card, and this is my IP address, and this is my MAC address, and so on. This is netmask gateway, etc. So I can use ping command. You must be familiar with this already. Okay, so these are the basic commands we'll be using throughout our course, and if I missed something, you can give the suggestions so I can use that technique, or I can demonstrate that technical command in detail. But in the later videos we are going to start hacking our target live, so we can see the usage of these commands and usage of different techniques we'll be learning side by side during hacking. So it's going to make you feel that how different tools can be used where, and what tools, what time, and how can we use actually to hack the things. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.